All right, so today we're going to talk about how to get some market information from a database called Simmons Catalyst or Simmons Insights. So if you use the main search box on the library page, if you drop the catalog, if you drop that box down, you can change it from catalog to databases, and you can just type in Simmons. You have your result of Simmons Insights here. You can click go to this database. It says go to Simmons Catalyst. And then we're on the home page. There's a black bar across the top with some choices. You want to go to Profile and drop that down, and that's where you will see Quick Reports. Click on Quick Reports. That's what we're going to use. That will bring up a box. It says to get started, create a target in Composer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a target. Now, our target is people who purchase pre-made waffles. And in order to do that, we're going to look through these categories to find questions about waffles. We don't have to actually scroll through all the different categories. We can just type in our keyword and search. We can see that waffles come up in a couple of different categories. One's under leisure and sports. I have already looked this up, so I know that under family restaurants and steakhouses and brand, the restaurant Waffle House is listed under here. And we're not particularly interested in Waffle House, so that's a dead end for us. I'm going to close that back up. But under household products, if we open that up, there's a subcategory for food and drink products. And then we have 4 options under here. So we have for food prepared from scratch. Well, we're not looking at food prepared from scratch. We're looking at pre-made waffles, not at waffles prepared from scratch. So that's not an option for us. We have a second category, frozen waffles, which is perfect. So we're going to open that up. We have several different sections under here, a category, a brand, a type. I'm going to use type. And then it says, what kind, what type. Buttermilk, fruit flavored, whole wheat, or regular type. I don't care. I want all of those. I want people who purchased any of those. So in order to get people who purchased any of those, I have to choose all of them. And then I go down below and I say, do I want each of these? Do I want to or these together, or do I want to and these together? I want to or them together because I don't care which one they bought. I don't care if they bought buttermilk, or if they bought fruit flavored, or if they bought whole wheat, or if they just bought a regular. So I choose or, and then I add that to my selection box. So that automatically put in the Boolean logic for me, so it's all ready to go. Now I'm going to move on to my next category. And if we see what that actually says, it's frozen refrigerated potato products. We're not interested in potatoes, but it turns out that sometimes potatoes have a waffle cut. So that's why it's showing up. Our next category is waffle or pancake mix. Yes, we're interested in that. So if we scroll down here, we can look at type. Dry mix or ready to pour. I don't care if it's a dry mix or a ready to pour. I'm interested in both. So I highlight both, and again, I or those. Then I add them just like I did before. Now, right now, I'm looking at 2 separate categories. I'm looking at the frozen waffle category, and I'm looking at the mix or pour category. I want these all as one. because I just want this to be a group of people who bought pre-made waffles in whatever form that pre-made waffle was in. So in order to combine these two things, I'm going to select all. You see how that highlights them. And now I am going to OR these two categories together. They could have bought something in this form, or they could have bought something in this form. It doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to OR those together. And then you see, here they are in the correct Boolean logic in this form. So now I'm going to highlight this combined choice, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to move it to my target. So now it's moved over here. Don't have to worry about your base. You can leave your base blank. That means we're looking at everybody. We're comparing them to everybody else, is what that means. Everybody else in the United States. We're done with these two, so we can delete them. And now we're going to create a report. Here are all of our quick reports, pre-made reports on a whole bunch of different topics about people who bought pre-made waffles, including some basic demographic information, including sex, age, income, and education. We can look at some segmentation information. It defaults to automotive. How do these waffle buyers feel about automotive issues, which is fascinating and all, but it might not be the thing you're most interested in. If you come over here on the left-hand side, you'll see chart settings, and below that, you'll see category. If you drop down the list below category, you'll see you can change it to whatever you're interested in. Data privacy, how do pre-made waffle buyers feel about data privacy? How do pre-made waffle buyers feel about food in general? We can see that 21% of them are healthy home cooks, and below that describes what that means. 17% are grab and go diners. Below you can see what that means. And you have a whole bunch of different options here. How do they feel about technology? 35% of them are tech pragmatics. Consumers in this group are practical about their technology and use it to benefit their lives. So we can see how they feel about some different issues. You can also see how they feel about some psychographics. Here it starts off with attitudes towards advertising. How do people who bought pre-made waffles feel about advertising? And I always like to look at the thing most of them agree with as compared to the thing most of them disagree with. I always think that's interesting to compare those two. But again, it's the same thing. You can change the different options under the category. So here are their buying styles and the things they agree and disagree with. You can look at their media usage, what websites they're going to, their social media usage, television viewing, streaming, video usage, all kinds of different things to look at on here and export. And if you have any questions, just please contact the Business Library and we will be happy to help you.